The Grayson Hotel doesn't have a 13th floor. Not officially, anyway. If you check the elevator buttons, you'll see they skip from 12 to 14, like most buildings do. Superstition, they say. Bad luck to name a floor 13. But Mia Torres, who's worked night shift at the front desk for 6 years now, knows better. The 13th floor exists, she told me over coffee, her voice dropping to barely above a whisper. It's just not accessible to everyone. According to Mia, the Grayson was built in 1927 by industrial magnate Howard Grayson, whose daughter Elizabeth vanished without a trace on the night of her 13th birthday. The official story was that she'd run away, but hotel staff whispered about seeing her ghost in the mirrors, always in the corner of your eye, never there when you turn to look directly. Every hotel has ghost stories, I said, skeptical but intrigued. What makes this one different? Mia's eyes darted around the diner before she leaned closer. Because sometimes, just sometimes, the 13th floor appears. She claimed it only happens at exactly 3:13 a.m. and only on the 13th day of the month. If you're alone in the elevator at that precise moment and press the buttons for floors 1 and 3 simultaneously, a new button appears. A tarnished brass 13 that wasn't there before. What happens if you press it? I asked. Most people don't, she said. But those who do... Mia told me about a businessman from Toronto who tried it last year. Security cameras show him entering the elevator at 3:11 a.m. The footage goes static for exactly 60 seconds. Then returns to normal, showing an empty elevator. He was never seen again, she said. Not by anyone in this world, anyway. I laughed it off, but something about her absolute conviction stuck with me, which is why, 3 weeks later, I found myself checking into the Grayson Hotel on the 12th of October, requesting a room on the 12th floor. The hotel was exactly as Mia described. Ornate Art Deco styling, barely updated since its heyday. Brass fixtures tarnished to a dull patina, mirrors that seemed to hold reflections a beat too long. I spent the evening researching the Grayson family, finding old newspaper clippings about Elizabeth's disappearance in 1927. At 3:05 a.m., I stepped into the elevator, heart pounding against my ribs. As the doors closed, I noticed something odd. My reflection in the mirrored wall seemed slightly out of sync, moving a fraction of a second after I did. At 3:12, I positioned my fingers over the buttons for floors 1 and 3. At precisely 3:13, I pressed them both. Nothing happened for 5 long seconds. I exhaled, feeling both relieved and disappointed. Then the lights flickered. The elevator jerked violently, and I grabbed the handrail to keep from falling. The digital floor indicator, which had shown 12, went blank. When it lit up again, an impossible 13 glowed in red. The doors opened silently to reveal a long corridor that shouldn't exist. The wallpaper was peeling, the carpet threadbare. At the end of the hallway stood a small figure in a white dress, her back to me. She turned slowly, this girl who'd been 13 for nearly a century now. Her face was pale, her eyes dark hollows, but her smile was kind. "I've been waiting for someone to come to my party," she said, extending her hand toward me. "Will you stay? Everyone else always leaves." The elevator doors began to close, offering one last chance to retreat to the world I knew. I still don't know why I stepped forward instead of back. Sometimes I wonder if anyone will ever press those buttons at the right moment and find me here at Elizabeth Grayson's eternal birthday party on the 13th floor, where every clock remains frozen at 3:13 and no one ever grows any older.